Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my code snippets. In this video, we will see how to print arrays in different ways in Java. Okay, so let's begin. Here I have my IntelliJ application open and Java file is already created inside. In Java, we always work inside classes. Okay, so here is my public class arrays and inside that we have a method main. In Java, we first declare the array name and then we later initialize it, or you can both club the two steps in just one. So first declaration is like this. We can first declare the data type and the array name with square brackets, and inside that we define the index, or else you can say data type square bracket inside the index and then you can say the array name. Okay, so data type can be whatever you want, say for example int or float. Index is, in Java we usually start indexing not only in Java, but if you have been through C, then indexes for arrays usually start from 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, the next step is memory allocation. Here we specify the array name and then new data type, the size of the array. Your specified size, whichever size you want to take. And then the initialization phase where you initialize the array values for it. Okay, so you first say array, then the index and the value. Okay, so now let's see how to do it. Okay, so first I'll show you the first method, the simple method where we initialize int array is equal to new int 5. Okay, so I'm specifying the size as 5. Okay, okay, so the first step is done where I have initialized the data type in array and then allocated the memory over here. Okay, now initialization is okay, so like this. I say array which is 0. Okay, now let's just see this. Okay, I have specified as array 0 is equal to 1. Okay, now in arrays what happens is we start from 0, 1, 2, 3 as I said earlier. Okay, so if you now I have initialized as 1. Okay, so 1 gets stored in this block of array 0. These are the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then next if I want to initialize 2, 2 gets stored over here, then later on 3, 3 over here, 4, and so on. Okay, so that's how it works. 1 and the next value, if I say 1, 2, then array 3. Okay, now let's print this and let's see. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3. Now in the for loop, I'm iterating it over again and again. So for the first value, it's at array of 0 when I is 0. Okay, so this gets printed, and next step, the I is incremented, and so array of 1 is printed, that is 2 and 3. Okay. Now there's another method how you can initialize it, that is directly just next to the declaration initialization phase. You can say is brackets, curly brackets, and then you can initialize the value over there itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a much better step because you don't have to say array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. If there are, like, suppose you wanna initialize up to 10 values, then it's a cumbersome process. So this is a much better phase. Okay, then specify the colon. Okay, and run. Okay, so here it's saying dimension relation illegal. Okay, oh, while initializing in this step, you should not state the size, otherwise it's a crime. So okay, here. That's not fine. Okay, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now suppose you want to take user input values. So for that, sometimes you don't want to initialize yourself, but you want to take user input values. So for that also you can do is say first out system dot println enter array elements, then next step scanner utility, just say alt enter. Okay, by doing this you specify the scanner utility over here so that the IDE knows that you want to accept the user input. So the next step over here is to add a for loop for star is equal to 0. Now let's accept say 1. Sorry. Okay, so let's run this and let's see. Okay, semicolon. Okay, so that's it, it's working. Now let's just input the values. Say I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there it is. You can see the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I first accepted the user value same as how I print over here. I use the same format. Just here I take the input. Now for the I index 1, the initial phase is 0. Okay, so array of 0 is it takes the input, then next goes I plus 1. So for array I again takes an input. So the same process is till I reaches 5. Okay. So that's it guys. I hope you all have understood. If you have any suggestion or if you want to recommend any improvements in my video, please do drop them in the comments. Stay smart, stay safe. See you next time.